This episode is brought to you by Pepsi Wild Cherry. Pepsi Wild Cherry is bursting with delicious cherry flavor and a sweet, crisp taste that gives you more to go wild for. Getting wild may look different these days, but whether it's opting for a solo Friday binge watch or a big night out, everyone can indulge in their wild side with Pepsi Wild Cherry. Also available in Zero Sugar. So grab a Pepsi Wild Cherry and get wild.
It is Ryan here, and I have a question for you. What do you do when you win? Like, are you a fist pumper, a woohooer, a hand clapper, a high fiver? I kind of like the high five, but if you want to hone in on those winning moves, check out Chumba Casino. At ChumbaCasino.com, choose from hundreds of social casino-style games for your chance to redeem serious cash prizes. There are new game releases weekly, plus free daily bonuses. So don't wait. Start having the most fun ever at ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
Lucky Land Casino, asking people, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
Lucky? In line at the deli, I guess?
Aha, in my dentist's office. More than once, actually.
Do I have to say?
Yes, you do.
In the car before my kids' PTA meeting.
Really?
Yes.
Excuse me, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
I never win and tell.
Well, there you have it. You can get lucky anywhere, playing at LuckyLandSlots.com. Play for free right now. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
I like the Black Dynamite thing in the background behind you there.
Oh, okay, you see that?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean the large pick?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
It's all about triple threat and anything else we can ramble on about. What was it like working with the best martial arts action stars on the planet?
Right. Oh man, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. This is the first time I ever worked with Iko. Tony Jaa and I worked together maybe three other times before. And you know, Tony's he's like a family member. He's like my brother. But his first time working with Tiger Chen, and with Michael Bisping, who's a new brother, but probably my man. I feel like with Scott, I don't know. We must have worked 4 times together so far. No, I think more than that. Maybe about 5 times with Scott.
So what was it sort of actually like? Sort of, did you all have to take time gelling together? Was it all just meshed, get on with it?
It's a fraternity that when we're together, it's just nothing but fun. It's all collaborative, you know. Even with I work with Iko and Tony. Of course they have to deal with a different language, and dealing with other actors and stuff. You know, we work together, to try to help, in the same way I would need help if I was, in another country, trying to speak a language that's not my own. And, trying to, help them with the, little intricate things that, you normally would have when you're from that place. And so it's just like, it's a bunch of guys who enjoy the martial arts, who enjoy learning and just, the whole thing, it was just so cool. I sometimes I hate to let people know how much fun it is because we get paid for this stuff,
Well, that really comes across that you're all meshing and almost sort of bouncing off each other. That was one of the things I was intrigued by is how do you adjust when you're doing the fight scenes? You still fought very much as Michael J. White, and they were sort of doing their silat. So how do you sort of combine the two and choreograph that?
Well, honestly, I fight different depending on what character I'm playing. There are certain things that it's a little hard to, like if I'm fighting Iko or Tony, you're not going to see me do a lot of the advanced stuff because just so happens I have to kick down. They're much smaller than me, so you're not going to see any jumping kicks from me because that would be ridiculous. So, but they get a chance to jump and do a lot of that stuff. I'm a little jealous because you guys can kick high and all that type of stuff, and it looks good on camera. But like for me, it's like I'm playing whack-a-mole. I got to punch down, and so it's just one of those things. It just goes with the territory. But we had fun doing it.
Did you teach or learn anything off Michael Bisping? Because obviously he was still very much in his UFC.
Well, absolutely, sure. Michael Bisping is bringing current fighting, actually making sure things, really work. I mean, he brings the MMA audience, and that's part of our audience. So it's great when he can bring some legitimate fighting maneuvers and fighting techniques to his character. So that, it's the best of both worlds.
He brought a gritty, down to earth and stuff as well. That sort of the two of you sort of work well together. I like that.
Oh, absolutely.
It's kind of like the work of Jesse, and I sort of kind of thought the film harked back to sort of the classic, sort of some of the 90s action films, even some of the 80s ones. But that sort of, was that a conscious thing, or was it?
Yeah, that's the best time of action movie. So, you want to harken back to the best time of action movie. When people did it on camera. It wasn't fake. It wasn't like, in-camera tricks or speeding up, it was that kind of stuff. So, yeah, you got to go back to the 90s if you want to make it the best. Well, think about it. It's like if you wanted to rekindle the best days of dance, you'd have to go way back, right? To where you're showing full frame.
Yeah.
You're showing everybody. I mean, Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers, you didn't have many cuts. You just kept
did
them on screen, So that's the true beauty. When you don't have to cut away or, make it fancy to provide the majesty.
So what was the most fun and or memorable experience from making the film that you can share?
One of the most fun things is the hell that we all had to go through in the jungle. It's fun now. It sucked at the time. But man, Jesse one time had us walking by camera like so many times, and we're just creeping. And he just had us do it over and over to where, the looks on our face, the hardened killer looks was, we didn't have to work hard to get that expression because we wanted to kill it. But, it's a funny memory now. This memory where we're in the jungle of in Thailand jungle, and there are 3 guys in these kind of yellow uniforms, like kind of medical uniform type things, and 3 more in another color. Like they were 2 different medical units with their own vehicles and whatever, just standing there. And I'm like, I don't think I want to ask what these guys are there for, but I know there's some danger around. And it takes 2 different sets of I guess, professionals or medical professionals. Uh-huh. So I just was very aware of everything crawling beneath me and saw a lot of bugs that I've never seen before and did not want to introduce myself to them because those guys were there for a reason. And, they were trying to smile and be pleasant, but, I still forgot to ask, what the hell were they there for? But I'm glad they weren't used.
Snakes. Probably.
Yeah, there might have been snake people and bug people. Yeah. I don't know. But there were 6 of them.
Well, maybe they were there to protect Jesse when you finally all cracked and tried to kill him.
No, they wouldn't have made it. No, you'd have had to have about 16 people with us.
What was it like being in a sort of that foreign city and sort of just trying to mesh and create a sense of a foreign unit or a unit that's gone somewhere that they're not used to and just got to turn it on?
Yeah, you just turn it on. I love shooting in Thailand because of the people and the crews. They're just so happy to come to work, and there's just such a zen quality to working there. And when you come to set and there's just so many smiles, it's hard for you to be down about much. So it's just an enchanting thing with working with the Thai people that I just love, and it just permeates the whole mood of the set. So it's, that's I I always look forward to shooting there, and I'm hoping to shoot there this year.
What have you got coming up? You hope?
I got a few things, but maybe I'm a little superstitious. I don't want to jinx it. So
I understand. Touch wood and all of that. Fair enough.
Yeah.
With the success of Triple Threat, it looks like it's going to do fantastically well. Would you think there's a chance for a Triple Threat 2?
Yeah, I would think. I'm not sure if the whole cast will be in it. I don't want to give nothing away, but
there would need to be some radical surgery and some Frankenstein moments going on, but it could happen.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe we start with, oh my God, what a dream I had, man. I was, I fell off a cliff, but here I am. I don't know. It would start like that.
Sounds a good start to me.
Yeah.
So your character Devereaux, he's a baddie, and sort of you're very good at playing baddies. So what is it like? How do you sort of get into that role of being the baddie and giving a different twist to it from each film you're in? It's
just human nature. You're never a baddie. I don't care how bad you are. You never think that you are a baddie, and who does?
Cool.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, according to your worldview, you are on the right side of things. I mean, there's an ethos with almost everyone. There's some people who I guess they know they're bad, but they have to kind of, in their own way, justify their actions. It might be bad to someone, but it's justified to that person. And so for the character we play, we're just as, we're just as forthright as anyone else.
Just doing a job.
Yep.
So I was looking at some of the other interviews you've been doing. Did you sort of bring any of your upbringing, sort of the Brooklyn and the Bridgeport side of it, to playing that role, or was that? Did you just is that a separate bit that you don't sort of pull on anymore? Or?
No, I bring I try to bring as much of my own character to it as possible, and maybe the character that I play has a similar background, so that's pretty much the easiest way to bring about a character. You can base them on yourself to some degree.
Do you draw on any characters who do that sort of job for a real and sort of pull on their experiences?
Yeah, I know a number of people who worked in that. My brother-in-law, he's left that. He was a contractor, and again, it's the way you look at things. You couldn't tell him that there was another way of looking at things. Your worldview might change later, and you go, "Oh my God, I can't believe I did that." But at the time, it was justified. So there's, I understand the things he's had to do, and he continues to understand them.
I thought another interesting thing about the film is that it's a film that's set in Southeast Asia, and the lead characters are Southeast Asian. Is that a refreshing role to be in, sort of playing alongside those guys, Tony, Iko, Jeenja, and Tiger Chen, as sort of they're the goodies, and you're sort of playing the bit that allows them to shine. Is that a sort of different, refreshing?
Yeah, what's cool is that there are certain ethics that come with, I know, with Iko and Tony, that their characters really are very, very identifiable within it, and they're both very, just very nice human beings. Great martial artists, very humble. And it just comes through. Tiger as well. And you can't help but root for these people, because deep down they're just, forthright folks, And so that makes it easy. You've got something that is a machinery that's pushing your movie through, because you're going to root for these guys.
Yes.
I always root for them anyway.
Also, thought it's good and refreshing that there are two hard-ass women in there who aren't just there they're not eye candy, they're there to kick ass, and they do it and do it well.
Jeenja I've worked with before. I've directed her in a movie before.
Which one was that?
And it's Never Back Down. What's the last one? Never Back Down. The third one. I name the thing and I can't even think of the name of it.
And you directed it?
Yes, I did.
Oh well.
Man, certain times, I just get old overnight. Just that.
It's when the library's getting full and there's too much to remember.
Huh?
It's when the library is getting full and there's too much to remember.
Yeah, I got an empty trash.
But you see, so it's good working with them.
Oh yeah.
Do you have to change the way you choreograph a fight, or is that again the same sort of just body and scale type of thing rather than?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's just like any good scene in acting. You go in it with an idea. There's a framework, and then the truth. You open to the real truth right as you're shooting, and certain truths will reveal themselves. And you go, oh, wow, organically, it may be better to do this than that, on the day. And you never know, where you are. And like I remember famously, Tony Jaa and I, when we did our fight scene in Skin Trade, we created a whole, indoor fight that we blast through this building. Fighting almost before the end of the fight. We created it 10 minutes before we shot it.
Wow.
It wasn't and we just vibed and shot it. And sometimes those are the best things that ever happen. You go, oh man, what a cool building. It was this thin building and it had windows on the outside so you could track us. Well, we're fighting inside and the camera can track us. We saw that opportunity and we just did it in 10 minutes. So that's kind of the thing. And so there'll be certain things that make it breathe because you want to use what's there. You may not know where you're shooting until close to you shooting it. So it's like, hey, let's incorporate these things. And so that's sometimes the best part.
So when you sort of do that, do you not rehearse them too heavily? You just sort of block them through and then go for real, or do you rehearse?
When you got guys like myself, Scott, Tony Jaa, and Iko, you can do that.
Yeah,
you can wing some stuff because we all have the control. We can come this close to hitting you without touching you, and everybody's in a safe space. Because it's like they're at the top of their form. Yeah. That
must be so cool. To be able to just to vibe and just to freestyle it. That is again keeps it real.
Sometimes there's an injury and you got to change it from this leg to that leg, or you might want to do this or that, and or this surface is slippery, so we're going to change that part. All that stuff, I look at as fun. I love those happy instances where things change up because it's more organic.
Serendipity.
Yep.
Did you get any bad injuries on it, or was it just the usual bumps and bits?
No, I got no injuries. No.
You still got two eyes, and your face is more or less the same, so that's good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm lucky. Like, I remember when Tony and I did Skin Trade. Tony hit me full blast a few times, but he's smaller, so I'm used to fighting heavyweight, so it's like not a problem. It's a problem the other way around. If you're a larger guy hitting a smaller guy, then that's kind of that can be really bad. But yeah, I'm just if I'm fighting Iko, I'm in a kind of a safe spot because And it's kind of fun because he can, jump up and kick me and do all that stuff, and you can, he can really hit me. So I can make it. It's actually easier for me. Like, he hits me.
Uh-huh.
Even if he lands, it looks better on camera. So it's not and I'm not going to get hurt.
You're not going to get done in.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like the unique time where I fought Nathan Jones, where I could actually hit that guy because he's so big that I couldn't hurt him. So it's rare, but when I get to fight somebody that much bigger than me, so
you can unleash on them and feel the pleasure the other way around.
Yeah.
Someone asked me to ask you this question, which is about going back to your TV movie career back away. You had a part in The Legend of Bruce Lee. What was that experience like?
Oh, it was cool. I mean, I got there. I knew they wanted me to play a boxer.
Uh-huh.
But then when they started describing the boxer, they said, oh, this guy's a heavyweight champion that Bruce Lee looked up to. And I said, are you talking about Muhammad Ali? And they're like, yes. I'm like, oh, you could have...
That boxer, that quite well-known one.
Told me that before I got on the plane. Yeah, I mean, I know, he's quite famous in the United States, all over the world. So, I mean, that was kind of interesting.
That must be a privilege to, one, be in a Bruce Lee thing, but also then to play Muhammad Ali is very, very cool.
It's just unique to have played Muhammad Ali and Mike Tyson, so that's kind of cool.
Yes, you can't really get much better than that.
Yeah.
I'd say. Yeah. Do you have any plans for more Black Dynamite?
Well, I mean, I've got something in that universe that we intended on shooting for a while, and it looks like we're going to be doing that very soon. It's called Outlaw Johnny Black. It's kind of a Western in the Black Dynamite style.
Is there a character that you haven't yet played and would like to? Where you haven't had a chance to unleash the full you?
There's so many characters I'd love to play. I mean, biopic-wise, I'd love to... A dream would be playing Paul Robeson. Whoa. That would be one of my dream characters. Another one would be something like Green Lantern. That would be kind of cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
Going back to Paul Robeson, can you sing?
Oh, a bit.
Can you
I have before. In that, not quite that deep of a register, but close.
Wow, that would be... Well, I'll root for you for that. Yes, that would be... Is there anything you'd like to say to talk about Triple Threat?
I just hope everybody likes it. I mean, I haven't seen it yet, so I'm looking forward to seeing it myself.
You haven't seen it yet?
No, not yet.
You got a treat coming. It's a treat coming.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So on the 19th, I finally get a chance to see it, and I'm looking forward.
Cool. Well, thank you very much, and I look forward to talking to you some more on the next one.
You take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Sports Social Podcast Network.
Okay, round two. Name something that's not boring.
A laundry? Ooh, a book club. Computer solitaire, huh?
Ah, sorry, we were looking for Chumba Casino. That's right, ChumbaCasino.com has over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.